From inside TD Garden, where the Boston Celtics just beat the Detroit Pistons 127-109, I am Josue Pavon, and it was Jayson Tatum with the game-high 38 points that made all the difference in this one. He knocked down 6 three-pointers against the Pistons, giving us a glimpse of what we're going to see in Utah this weekend, as he is going to compete in the NBA three-point competition, and he gave everyone here a preview. Malcolm Brogdon leading the bench with 25 points. He wasn't that far behind from Tatum. He finished with 5 three-pointers in this one, but he was super efficient. I mean, 10 for 14. What more could you ask for coming from the second bench? And it really is a recap, essentially, of what this team has been able to do all season long on the offensive end of the floor. Joe Mazzulla giving credit to Marcus Smart, who returned to the lineup after missing 11 games and led the offense in a way that he says it motivated everyone to stay on the same page, and that same energy resonated on the defensive end. 6 steals for Marcus Smart. That helps with that one. And you can look at Blake Griffin's loose ball, the way he dived for that loose ball in the second half, and the Celtics already had a 16-point lead. That's how focused these guys were on the defensive end of the floor. And Joe Mazzulla also reminded his guys that 1 year ago, right before the All-Star break, against this same Detroit Pistons team, the Celtics lost. Going into the All-Star break, going into the second half of the season, Joe Mazzulla wanted to make sure that history didn't repeat itself, and it certainly didn't here at TD Garden. This report is brought to you by our good friends over at BetterHelp. If you want to live an empowered life, therapy can get you there. Visit BetterHelp.com/garden for 10% off. That's BetterHelp.com/garden. Get 10% off your first month. You don't want to miss this, guys. It's something that anyone can head to, no judgment, it's discreet. And you can get 10% off just for watching the Garden Report. That's BetterHelp.com/garden. Joe Mazzulla, looking forward to All-Star Weekend. He will be the head coach of the Eastern Conference All-Stars. And of course, Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown will be making the trip as well. No official word if Jaylen Brown will be playing. However, the Boston Celtics, Joe Mazzulla and the Boston Celtics, rather, are looking back on the first half of the season, as Mazzulla talked to us after the game. And although they haven't reached the ultimate goal of winning a championship, they have a lot to hold their hat on. Joe Mazzulla talking about going towards an All-Star break with trying to stay in the moment and appreciate the fact that this is special. Appreciate the fact of what it represents, Celtics team. I mean, I'll be honest, I said it during the Celtics postgame show, I wasn't quite sure if this team would be able to maintain the best record in the Eastern Conference up until this point. Sort of had the All-Star break as sort of that break in the season where the Celtics could come back stronger, even stronger in the second half. With that break and maybe be battling the Milwaukee Bucks. But even though the Milwaukee Bucks did get the better of them, a short-handed Celtics team, in that loss, it didn't affect what they've been doing all season long, and it didn't affect where they are in the standings. That's number one. Heading into the All-Star break, this Celtics team, it'll be interesting to see how they respond. But in the meantime, I mean, when you think about what this team was a year ago, sure, they're not exactly the same team. But I mean, Joe Mazzulla was a coach on that staff. And when you look at the way things played out last year compared to now and the 40-plus wins that they stand at right now, I mean, they are certainly sending a message to the rest of the league. And I can't wait to see Joe Mazzulla, Jayson Tatum representing the Celtics. Hopefully, Jaylen Brown will be in uniform, but if not, he will certainly be there. And I think that that's very important for this team and his staff. Joe Mazzulla showing sort of the lighter side of himself, right? I mean, in the sense of he's looking forward to it. You know, the tough, stern look, the kind of Joe Mazzulla that we've been seeing the last week or so. He definitely let his guard down after this game, and he has a big reason to do that, and that's because the Celtics team is still number one, and they put together one heck of a win with their starting point guard back in the fold in Marcus Smart. This segment of the Garden Report is also brought to you by our good friends over at Athletic Greens. Head over to athleticgreens.com/garden, get a year's supply of vitamin D, 5 free travel packs, and you can take care of your health just by doing that. It's just 1 scoop of it into your cup of water first thing in the morning, and you are good to go. You'll start to feel the effects at least 1 week into it, trust me. So if you haven't tried it already, do it right now. That's athleticgreens.com/garden. Once again, that is athleticgreens.com/garden. I'm solo here tonight. You got Bobby coming back from Milwaukee, and I got one more segment for you guys before going into the All-Star break, so stay tuned for that. I am Josue Pavon here at TD Garden, where the Boston Celtics beat the Detroit Pistons 127-109.